Always beating, enthusing, never cheesing or choosing. 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 Homestar! Beating, enthusing, never cheesing or choosing. Always beating, enthusing, never cheesing or choosing. Always beating, enthusing, never cheesing or choosing. Always beating, enthusing, never cheesing.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Stick, everyone's favorite Homestar Runner podcast. I am one of your hosts, David, aka Lukewarm Jones.
I'm your host, Eden, aka Ramrod, Hamstring, Stairmaster?
Uncle? So yeah, welcome back to the show. Today we're talking about some puppets, which is surprisingly it's something that's been a part of Homestar Runner almost from the beginning. Like the first puppet thing came out in 2003. So really just as they were taking off, they started having the puppet version of Homestar. And I think that he originally only had Puppet the Cheat as another character. I don't think Puppet Strongbad was around for at least the first couple years.
Yeah, because they specifically make a joke out of that, and I can't remember which Puppet Squad one. I think it's Puppet Time, but where, and not to get too far ahead, but where Homestar robs Strongbad when he's not there. I'm pretty sure that was because they didn't have a Strongbad yet to react to him being robbed.
Yeah. So they in that one they steal like what was it that like his was it his no they bring back in another episode his like fondue pot and a bunch of old Mr. Wizard tapes.
He steals his milk, his squeegee type deal, his electric guitar, and an Atari 2600.
Oh yeah, and a CRT television. The TV. I remember like wondering how Puppet Homestar was lifting that, but I'm sure just like Mike was underneath the camera holding up a TV.
That must have been an interesting shot to get without the noise of like Matt like grunting to hold it up the whole time.
Yeah. So the first puppet thing that ever came out was a little song called "Everybody Knows It," which is about a minute long, and is a little window would pop up inside the Flash player to play an actual video file, and it was like super compressed because this was 2003 and streaming videos on the internet was still kind of a newish thing.
Yeah, I do remember that even like when I was starting to get into it, that all the puppet stuff, one of the main things, because my sort of, I guess, position coming into this is that I had never seen almost all of the puppet stuff, because when I was younger and I was getting into it, I always assumed it would be boring for whatever reason, and the video quality was really bad, so I just went, oh, this is probably not very good, I'm not going to watch this, and I just ignored it all. Right. So I remember seeing the Everybody Knows It video and just be kind of, this looks bad, and then just continuing to browse other stuff.
Yeah. I did, back in the day, try to teach myself how to play that song on my little Casio keyboard.
Yeah, like, it'd be a good song to learn, because I think it's probably one of the Homestar Runner songs that even if it's not, like, prominently featured anywhere, it kind of, I find it comes up a lot in, like, other tunes, it's just, like, as background music.
Yeah, the whole, do the best you can, work out twice a day.
Don't ask me why I said that, because I already forgot.
Yeah. I think it was being played at maybe like the luau party that Marzipan threw.
Oh yeah, I think it's also playing in the background of the cartoon Labor Day.
Yeah. When
they go to their party, I think it's playing in the background of the party Strongbad doesn't attend.
Yeah. So that was the first thing, and I actually think it might have been actually a Kick the Cheat doll, because I'm not sure they made the cheat puppet at first. They just used the kickable cheat doll.
I just found here on the puppet character variations HR Wiki page. It says, while a Kick the Cheat doll was used as a puppet and everybody knows it in puppet time, it was replaced by a unique handcrafted doll starting with Labor Daber.
Yeah. I really wanted to Kick the Cheat doll, which I think we went over in a previous episode, that they're like going on eBay for a couple $100 or something like that these days.
I wish I had the the disposable income to pay $100 or $200 for a like plushie of the Cheat from 2003,
which probably has a dead battery, so it won't make noises anymore.
Yeah.
But a couple of familiar characters show up in the Puppet universe. You got Homestar and the Cheat, of course. Eventually, Strong Bad shows up. The first puppet version of him was kind of like a stick-operated puppet. Like his head was on a stick, and then the body was just kind of like dangling from it, and his mouth was like a cylinder that would rotate back and forth to simulate like his kind of square-shaped mouth opening and closing.
Yeah,
and I think they broke that puppet, so they had to rebuild him.
Yeah, apparently his head fell off in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly like the newer one, even if it's not as realistic. I like the way its mouth moves. It's got a very kind of interesting character to it, I guess.
Yeah, that was the one they used in the Biz-Kaz Fry shorts, right?
Yeah, I think they had replaced him by then, because I don't remember. I honestly barely remember even seeing like the original, like this. What do you call this original Strong Bad puppet here? I don't even know which ones it appears in.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the page now for Biz-Kaz Fry 1, and the thumbnail does show the original Strong Bad here.
Ah, okay. I guess I just must have missed that.
A striped polo shirt. So Biz-Kaz Fry, let's talk about those. There's only 3 of them. I think it came out of a Strong Bad email joke. Like somebody wrote in and asked about like what Strong Bad does on all the other days of the week, because Monday used to be the like regular day that Strong Bad emails came out. And so he talked about Business Casual Friday, or Biz-Kaz Fry for short.
Yeah, that's the one when we discover that Strong Bad, Strong Sad, and Strong Mad attend swimming lessons, I believe, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and was it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, what the thing I love about the Biz-Kaz Fry videos is that all of them, you know, for casual Friday, Strong Bad wears more clothes than he usually does.
Yeah, which makes you wonder, like, if the wrestling outfit where he's not wearing a shirt is like his work uniform.
Yeah, that's his.
And when he wants to kick back, he wears a snappy polo shirt.
Yeah, he's mandated to have his shirt off at all times by HR.
Yeah, which now that I'm thinking about it going back to like the fan costumes, it always made me a little uncomfortable to see like Homestar fans with their shirts off.
Oh yeah, when they'd have like a kind of cruddy white star painted onto their painted onto their shirt, yes, or onto their bare skin in many cases. Yeah,
Strong Bad I feel like is a tough look to pull off. I think you really kind of have to be the WrestleMan himself.
Oh yeah, that's, and not to go too off course. That's why I love that. It's from one of the more recent Halloween costume tunes, where they have that guy who's got like a Strong Bad face, but it's like got silver streaks on it for some reason, and he's wearing jeans, and like they have that little cutaway where it's like, oh hey there all the time, Strong Bad. Hey, everyday Homestar, and they're both like the horrible like fan costume versions of themselves.
Oh yeah, and they're like weirdly animated.
Yeah, I just like it that guy decided to take Strong Bad in sort of a bold new direction there with silver face stripes and jeans.
Yeah, maybe that's like if he were an actual luchador, and that would be his Business Casual Friday.
Yeah, that's actually how that guy goes to the office every day.
Yeah. So Biz-Kaz Fry, I think it's basically just him and Homestar in every episode, and it's usually kind of rotates around Strong Bad trying to do some business task, and Homestar keeps interrupting him.
Now, apparently he interrupts him this time by inadvertently inventing the Doge meme, Doge meme, according to this wiki article.
Yeah,
apparently
which is interesting.
Apparently, this is the first instance of.
It's definitely the first time I heard Doge as a as a mispronunciation of dog. Like I knew it from this before our noisespace.xyz overlord Matt made his now famous Doge post.
I always forget that friend and benefactor of the show, Matt, invented the meme of Doge.
He was the one who wrote the Tumblr post with like the full width characters that said, "You have encountered a Doge. Options: pet Doge, snuggle Doge, feed Doge. The Doge is pleased." And then somebody reblogged it with a computer voice reading it, and that's the one that really took off.
I wondered then, like, I mean, it must have been a sort of Inception-style planting of the phrase Doge in his brain by the Bizcast Fry episode 1 that sort of led...
What is up, my Doge?
I'm going to have to check this out later because this is too far off to be a tangent on the show, but I want to see if I know the Know Your Meme page credits Bizcast Fry, but I want to see if it credits Matt for being the first person to make that post on Tumblr.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what his Tumblr name was at the time. I think it might have been like Barrier Trio or something like that.
Apparently, it's Leon Sumbitches.
Oh yeah, the Akewood character.
Yeah, Leon Tumblr user Leon Sumbitches uploaded a photo with an audio. No, that's the person who uploaded the audio file of it, so Matt is not credited on it.
I think that was his blog.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. He changed his URL like 8 times.
All right, that makes sense. Anyways, this is, like I said, a really big spin-off. I'm sorry. I'll go back to the
meme culture is a really important part of this podcast, as we all know. we always have an extra tab open for Know Your Meme on this show.
I'm looking here at the Dullard comic that Homestar says cracks him up. And it's kind of a blink and you'll miss it thing in the episode. Is it one of the Easter eggs? Like you can click to find the... if you click the comic...
I'm not sure, actually. It's obviously like a ripoff of Dilbert.
By Levert Burtmore.
Yeah, that's the Free Country USA version of Scott Adams. Maybe he doesn't hate women as much.
I hope not, because like women are like an extremely rare species in Free Country USA. So
yeah, do you think there's a difference in Free Country USA between women and the ladies? Because Marzipan is the only girl, but Strong Bad always talks about the ladies.
I think the ladies are a figment of Strong Bad's imagination. They're just part of the projection that sort of keeps his whole personality together. Is the ladies? They're an abstract.
Do you have any tips on ladying?
Maybe ladying is like this, like the sort of Homestar Runner process of constructing like another female character into the universe.
Don't interrupt me, Mom. Can't you see I'm ladying?
Excuse me, I'm ladying.
Yeah, what's your lady tag?
How
many lady achievements do you have?
My lady tag is Katie80 at hotmail.com.
.biz.
Yeah, hotmail.biz. No, it's Katie80 at beach-themed-restaurant.biz.
So Bizcast Fry 2 is Homestar, I think, coming into work like with a hangover. I think is supposed to be the implication there. Like his eyes are turned sideways. Which is an interesting visual gag. Like it does mean that his eyes are not permanently affixed to his head.
Yeah, that's in number. That's in number 2, right? Where he has where he shows up hungover, which I think is funny because they don't really reference alcohol or drugs or really anything like that very much in the show. Like they have cold ones.
No, the closest thing really is cold ones.
But they don't really ever talk about the effects of drinking cold ones. It's just they're a drink that Strong Bad and the rest of the cast enjoy. Yeah.
If you drink too many Melonades, then the Poopsmith has to show up with a giant jar and take your piss away.
Man, that is such a deeply upsetting tune.
God. The shot of him full of the Melonade it really does look like he's pregnant, which is also unfortunate.
I don't know if you've ever been to the YouTube a page that preserves that particular episode from and it's a really old YouTube video rip.
Yeah.
Of the Flash animation. There are a non-insignificant number of deeply upsetting comments on that video about the way Homestar looks in that frame.
Yeah. Yeah, that tune came out before he reached his final design, where he still kind of had the really wide face.
Yeah, when he was still what do they call him? Bass mouth Homestar.
Yeah. The shareholders in BizCaz Fry 2 are, I think, just disembodied Matt Chapmans and you never see their faces. I think they're supposed to be like implied shadowy businessmen.
Yeah, but the thing that's strange to me is they have human hands, which, have terrified Strong Bad and other tunes. So in the universe of BizCaz Fry, do they work for like what must be to them these horrible alien monsters?
Yeah, maybe that's why Strong Bad is never prepared to present the earnings.
Yes, because the earnings are measured in pounds of blood.
Yeah. He's too terrified of the human men that he has to present them to. Do you think, what would happen if you met Crack Stuntman? Because as we know, Crack Stuntman is a real man.
Crack Stuntman is a real man, which does... Okay, this is going to be... It's not like... It's still a Homestar related tangent, but has Strong Bad ever actually interacted in any like meaningful way with Crack Stuntman?
I don't think so. I don't think Strong Bad did any voices in Cheat Commandos. Like he was in the like toy commercial, but I think that's about it.
Yeah, he's making the helicopter sounds in the commercial, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the dub 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 dub.
Yeah. Like that's... I don't know what would happen if he met Crack Stuntman. Is because Crack Stuntman is still animated, is that like Crack Stuntman looks like the way to us a painting of like a monster would look, whereas the human beings are like, because they're 3-dimensional and from somewhere else, actually like sort of alien monstrosities.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have no idea how that would work. That's my sort of headcanon, is that the all of the bosses from BizCaz Friday are like the Lovecraftian bosses from Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah, I know that Strong Bad has at least spoken face to face with Limousine before, like over a webcam.
That's true. That's put a little bit of a wrench into my whole grand theory here. He's also communicated with real life human beings. They might be giants, and also the creators of the program. He's like spoken to Mike and Craig and appears to be aware of their existence, according to that one tune where he says their name, but it's censored.
Yeah.
I
think it's just really difficult to come up with any overarching theory of Homestar Runner.
I'll go back to the whiteboard, and next time we have an episode of The Stick, I'll present my revised thesis on the position of human beings in Free Country, USA.
Yeah, we'll put up a video episode of the... We'll put up a video of the episode and just put the whiteboard in one frame of it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll come back with... I'll come back with a game theory style video about whatever my discoveries are.
I've never watched any like game theory YouTubers. I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, no, you really don't need to.
I feel like they kind of occupy the same niche as like Cinema Sins.
Oh yeah, it's all just like in the absence of real criticism, just kind of like trying to tick off like story beats or whatever. It's not really honestly very interesting sort of genre of YouTube video.
Trying to make everything into a cinematic universe.
Yeah, exactly. Doing Disney's work for them.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at some of the BizCaz Fry ones, and I always like the flamboyant system error that they'll have, or flagrant system error. The third quarter projection.
I think
bad news.
Yeah. I think his computer is like an early Apple computer, if I'm remembering correctly. It's kind of hard to see from the side just in these thumbnails on the wiki here, but they do look really similar to the computers that were left over from the 80s at my elementary school. I grew up in Minnesota, and we had a company here called MECC, M-E-C-C, and they were the company who originally came out with the Oregon Trail video game. And so we had they had like a deal with the schools here to like offer their software catalog and Apple II computers for pretty cheap compared to like the retail prices for the educational market. And so yeah, we'd spend a lot of time playing those old floppy disk games.
Were those computers, and like, pardon my asking this, but those computers, like, I assume they were out of date even for then?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I started kindergarten in 1994, and I am pretty sure the computer itself came out in 1977. So,
yeah, that'd do it for sure.
Yeah, I think we maybe got some compact Presarios before I moved to middle school.
Okay. So yeah, like that would have been, like I feel like that would have happened a lot because we still had computers from the 90s and the like mid 2000s when I was in elementary school too at my place. So I feel like education.
Yeah, as long as you can still like run Mavis Beacon on them to learn your words per minute, then they're not gonna like spend the money to upgrade.
Oh, absolutely. And when they got what they would do at like all of this, like because I was only ever in one school. So what they'd always do is they just download the new like Windows on top of the old one. So by the time we got to like Windows 10, the computers moved at like just a painful crawl because they had like 3 or 4 operating systems downloaded on top of them without like having uninstalled the previous ones, or at least not gotten rid of them. So they'd all be sitting somewhere in the files and they just run at a crawl. I remember it would take like 15 to 20 minutes to open Google Chrome, and then an additional 5 to open any additional tabs.
God, yeah, I'm I'm glad that it never got that bad for me. But now kids are like getting iPads and stuff, so I think they're making a little bit better progress, at least on that front.
Yeah, that's good to see. Starting to keep up with how fast these things change.
So the other thing that I just briefly wanted to touch on before we get into the biggest puppet things is the fact that there is a series of videos called Puppet Jams, which are just Homestar improvising little like 1 minute to maybe minute and a half long songs with They Might Be Giants, and I think that might have been before the experimental film video came out, that the first one came out, which was Bad Jokes. It came out in May of 2004. And yeah, it's just Homestar with John Flansburgh and John Linnell behind him. Welcome to Giants Confirmed, by the way. And Marty Beller is also there, but he's off screen playing the drums, which I feel like was probably a conscious decision because the video resolution was so small at the time that they wanted you to actually be able to see some things. But yeah, he just makes up a song about bad jokes, like the ones you heard 1,000,000 times, the kind of jokes the little kids tell you. Why was I stapled to the chicken? I don't know, man. I wasn't stapled to any chicken.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
So there's a
or nice belt.
There's 4 of these that made it onto the website over the course of like 6 or 7 months, and then they released a couple other ones from that same session on DVDs. But I think that was like like I said, the first time that I saw They Might Be Giants on Homestar Runner, and I was like, hang on, do I know? I wasn't like the biggest They Might Be Giants fan at the time. I'd only heard, it was 2003, or 2004, so I'd maybe heard like the songs that were on Tiny Toons, Istanbul, Particle Man, maybe Birdhouse in Your Soul.
Was Malcolm in the Middle a thing yet at that point?
Yeah, but I didn't really watch that at the time. I feel like I had just gotten cable, so I was like super into Cartoon Network at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had President's Daughter on the DVD, which is, if I'm not mistaken, Homestar's Neutral Milk Hotel cover.
Since the President's Daughter.
I'd like, at some point, I'd like to be, if I could ever do like a Homestar impression, I want to sing Communist Daughter in a Homestar voice.
Yeah. I feel like Jeff Mangum would like that. I'm sure he's up with the internet culture.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's aware of Homestar from the farm that he lives on.
Yeah. Yeah, like a number of people from the Elephant Six Collective live on like a self-contained farming community in Athens, Georgia.
Yeah, he just kind of a bunch of them like disappeared there. I know just recently a couple of like they tried to revive the Elephant Six name. I don't remember what happened with that though.
Yeah, they are still releasing records with Elephant Six catalog numbers on them, which I know because the band The Gerbils, which was the horn player from Neutral Milk Hotel's band, did a Kickstarter recently to reissue their first album on vinyl, and the reissue has an Elephant Six catalog number.
Oh, cool!
So they're at least still trying to do some things.
Okay, I'm looking at the actual page for the Puppet Jam right now, and I don't know if this is like a They Might Be Giants joke or a Homestar joke or even an HR Wiki joke, but they have John Flansburgh on guitar and John Linnell on accordion.
Yeah.
And is that like a joke from the actual show, or is that just like a thing that whoever's on Puppet Jam, who wrote this Puppet Jam article, wrote in here? Do you know?
There's like a little piece of loose leaf at the start of each video that has the credits written on it, and it credits Flans, Linnell, Marty, and Home Slice.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just the way it's written on here. It's written in quotes like it's a nickname, so they have like Marty Beller on skins. Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was written like that as a joke on the DVD or not, but that makes sense.
So there's a couple of other ones where Homestar or Strong Bad and once Marshy talked to a little girl who I think is the niece or some other cousin of the brothers Chaps. The first one was Homestar talking to a little girl about Decemberween, and she's probably like at most maybe 2 or 3 years old in this, and it's just very cute. It brings me back a little bit to like the occasional segments on like Sesame Street where they would have an actual kid talking to one of the Muppets. I feel like kids are more able to kind of set aside their what they expect from like reality and just have fun talking to a puppet for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, it just I double checked. Like, Little Girl has a Wikipedia page or a HR Wiki page. Sorry. And apparently, yeah, she's the niece of the brothers Chaps and the daughter of a woman named Karen Wagner, who, for whatever reason, also has an HR Wiki page. Which because she's apparently she does
one of their sisters.
She does a voice for one of the characters. Because she was on the Strong Bad email and everything else DVD. She did a lot of commentary with them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and Little Girl is 19 years old now, or at least will be in a month.
Yeah, wow, that's
born in 2000.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
That is wild to think about. That the little girl in those videos is, like a late teens person now.
Like getting ready to either go to college or like start working.
That's insane to think about, honestly, because first of all, it's surprising to me that she's younger than me, just because when I was watching it, I always expected that, she must be like, because I didn't really have a frame on when these things came out when I was watching them for the first time. So I always assumed that the little girl, from what I had seen of these, would have been, much older than me. But no, a couple of years younger, it turns out.
Yeah, that's Generation Z for you. Like you're gonna find because like the internet was starting to be more of a content sharing platform, you're gonna see like footage or pictures of yourself on the internet that were posted contemporaneous to you being a toddler.
Yeah, that's disconcerting to say the least.
Yeah, I think the oldest pictures of me that were online were probably ones that I put up myself.
I like that the little girl wants a DVD for Christmas.
DVD?
Do you like all these DVDs? She makes an all-encompassing gesture with her hands.
I like Space Show DVDs the best.
I also like that they have Homestar deliberately mishear what she says when she says lots of presents, and then he goes, lots of breakfasts. What type of breakfast do you have?
Jelly and peanut butter.
Jelly and peanut butter. His hat begins to slip off his head.
Yeah. So those are a cute little thing that you don't really need to watch much to understand what's going on, but it kind of just makes me a little bit more fond of the puppets as a concept, because you could bring the characters more into the real world and interact with them.
I also enjoyed Homestar versus Very, Very Little Girl, the extremely short sketch where it's just him talking to a baby.
Yeah.
You've got no interest in the crazy man over here, do you?
That is how several of my friends talk to babies. Like, they don't bother with baby talk. They just like speak full sentences to them.
I always find that's more fun to just be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? How you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah, like, so you're swinging in a baby swing. What's that all about?
Yeah, how's that working for you?
Yeah. My baby voice is generally only reserved for my cats.
Yeah, honestly, that's the same. It's immediate baby voice for dogs, but I will talk in full sentences to to babies,
to a human child. So the most I think highly produced, if you could even call it that, puppet things were the Puppet Squad episodes of Dangeresque.
Oh yeah, Puppet Squad and the was it Puppet Squad was just the one, and then there's the what apparently it's called December Ween Dangeresque on the website, like the Hot Jones Hijack.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if like the Hot Jones Hijack is the actual title, but it's definitely in the video.
Yeah, because that's what Strong Bad calls it during like the voiceover.
Yeah, the first Puppet Squad episode is just Dangeresque and Dangeresque 2, who is Homestar, tracking down the guy who stole his curly fries.
Yeah, the like Dangeresque is one of my favorite like Homestar Runner universes, I guess, and there's really not that many of them other than like these two. Because I've always appreciated the, I guess, like the deliberately, like, student, like, elementary or high school student level film quality of all of them.
Yeah, it brings me right back to my high school video production class.
For sure, yeah. I made a couple as well, not for like a video production class, which is pretty cool, actually. High school didn't have one of those. But I'm looking at the, although it is missing one of my favorite gags from it, which is where they have Strong Bad stunt double be just Strong Sad with a mask on his face or a paper bag on his face that has a picture of Strong Bad drawn on it.
Yeah, Strong Sad as the stunt double was, I think, one of my favorite Dangerous gags.
Or
because it's just seamless that you can't tell.
Yeah, there's no way of picking up who the stunt double is.
Yeah. Ah!
I also like the I don't know if this is like a parody of something in particular, if this is just something that they thought was funny, and I mean it is, but Dangeresque always going, I just drank that, or I just closed that door.
I think that was not a joke that they had in like the original couple of Dangeresque cartoons. Like he just needed to come up with like a new catchphrase. So he's like workshopping what he can say to sound cool.
Yeah, because I know at the end of the Decemberween Dangeresque one, he jumps out and he goes, 6-syllable catchphrase.
Oh, God, I love that so much. 6-syllable catchphrase is a perfect catchphrase.
Yep. When I'm scrolling through the script that they have on HR Wiki for the Decemberween Dangeresque, and on all of like the dialogue by Stingy Relent. How do you say his last name again? Stingy Relent?
Yeah. I think it's Relink or Relonk.
It says in parentheses next to his dialogue, it says in a fake exaggerated French accent.
Yeah. It's very like, going back to like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, French person insulting you type of accent.
Yeah, who needs a secret recipe when you can steal all the Hot Jones with a tanker truck? And say correct, Dangeresque. And then in parentheses, as his accent is increasingly exaggerated, his next line is subtitled. I'm going to steal so much Hot Jones, I may need subtitles.
Not before you are cut down by my robotic Santam'n. I do love the robotic Santam'n, who is just a Santa toy that kind of dances and spins around, but has knives taped to his hands.
And then there's there's Homestar's voice singing a song about how it's gonna cut you while it's dancing around.
Yeah, I didn't get a good listen to that song, but I did I did think it was pretty catchy. It's like, oh, Santam'n is a blade man. He's coming for you to chop you in two.
He's coming for you to chop you in two. I wonder if they have somewhere just like an MP3 of just on December 20th, 2018, the Strong Bad Twitter account shared an extended version of Santam'n as a blade man. I'm gonna have to listen to it
really?
later. Yeah, I'll link the tweet in the Discord.
Maybe you can edit a clip of that at the end of this episode.
Yeah, I'll see. I don't know how to download Twitter videos, but if I can get it, I will put that in as the ending music.
Yeah.
At any rate, this is a good reason for you to join the Stick Discord, to come and find the link to the Strong Bad tweet about Santam'n as a blade man.
Yeah, do we have a link to the Discord like anywhere that people would be able to find it?
I don't think so.
I know we've tweeted it a couple times, but I don't know if it's like in a permanent place.
No, those links have probably expired, but at the end of this, when I upload the episode, I'll stick a link to the Discord on the tweet that announces it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do love the action sequence special effects in these videos. Like in the curly fries one, there's like the curly fries getting dumped off the side of a building, and like the quote unquote like slow mo shot of them falling dramatically, and
they all got strings in them
and danger. Yeah, they're all on fishing lines. And Strong Bad as Dangeresque, just like jumping through the air as if he's going to stop a bullet with a fry basket and catching all of them.
God, yeah, I don't know. I love that they managed to not, they make it look like it's, a really amateur production without like making it look like they don't care about making a good finished product, which I think is a difficult line to walk.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever watched early to mid 2000s internet review videos, especially for now disgraced YouTube collective, that guy with the glasses.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen like that era content of like review videos and stuff? Because they knew they were bad or were going to be bad, I find a lot of times they just went, oh well, they don't have to be, I don't have to try particularly hard, because part of the joke is that it looks bad, and I'm glad that they didn't kind of fall into that chasm with a lot of the puppet stuff.
Yeah, like they're very self-aware about it, I feel like.
Yeah, they draw enough.
Like there's a shot where Puppet Homestar is in like the cab of a truck, and it's supposed to look like he's in motion, but like out the window you can see he's obviously just not moving the car at all, except every once in a while like a hand with a stick will like wave past the window to be like a tree going past.
Yeah, that's what I like is, obviously they got to acknowledge like the pretty severe limitations that they have, but they never, let the actual qualities of the videos kind of go, because they, like they never say, oh, well, we have an excuse because it, it's going to look bad anyways. And I appreciate that. Yeah.
Like when Homestar falls off the cliff, he becomes like a plastic Homestar figure. And when he hits the ground, he goes, I can't believe I bounced.
Yeah, these two were probably my favorite ones to watch of all of the puppet stuff. Was definitely the Dangeresque Puppet Squad and the Decemberween Dangeresque ones.
Decemberween Dangeresque has the new version of Puppet Strong Bad, I think, with the kind of more traditional flappy puppet mouth.
Yeah, and he's also got the now much too large cool shades for the smaller head.
I don't think they sized down the shades for the new Strong Bad puppet.
No, I think there's a Strong Bad actual tweet somewhere of a picture of him with the glasses falling off, and it says, note to self: get a new pair of cool shades for your newly smaller head.
Oh yeah. It was interesting growing up with a grandfather who was a ventriloquist, because he would tell me like things that he would have to do to repair his ventriloquist dummies, and it would be like, yeah, I had to go buy Rusty some new eyes the other day, and it would kind of break the illusion for me of this character.
Yeah, it would be kind of difficult to be like, believe that there's like, this a real puppet when he's talking about repairing it. But what's kind of funny to me though about that is the way that Strong Bad talks about getting getting a new head, is that there's some sort of continuity between the old Strong Bad puppet and the new Strong Bad puppet. They're both his body. So does this mean that Strong Bad has a soul of some kind that can travel between the various bodies that he has?
Yeah, I think his soul lives in his pants, which is why he has to make sure that nobody else eats his pants and he takes a bite out of them.
Oh, that's you know what? That's why Strong Bad Homestar goes insane when he's wearing those short shorts, is because all pants in the Homestar universe contain someone else's soul. And so those short shorts that he's wearing,
especially the Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, those Daisy Dukes that he's wearing, he's been possessed by whoever was the previous owner of the creepy pants.
That's why they glow. We figured it out.
The Homestar fan theory for you.
You do Homestar fan theory.
If I had the free time, I would definitely make a satirical Homestar fan theory YouTube channel, because I feel like that would be a fun add-on to the show. But God, I do not have the time to make a parody.
At least like the audio stinger for it.
Yeah, just make that, and I'll take your audio later and make an audio sting for the fan theories, so we can make it into a segment.
Yeah, throw some free to use sound effects on it and call it good.
Yep, sounds like a plan. Just the more you know, the more you know, like sound effect from the old PBS things, but with like just a ton of like bass boosting and reverb on it.
Yeah, or the Reading Rainbow one, like
Oh yeah, all right. I'm actually gonna do that now. If not tonight, tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get that ready.
Nice. The other thing I wanted to talk about, which we briefly touched on, was the fact that they opted to make a puppet version of Marshy of all characters, which it made me wonder, like, what the utility of having a puppet version of Marshy is, because he seems very much like kind of a bit character.
Yeah, he's only really supposed to be.
They did also make a puppet version of Beauregard, who is just a cantaloupe on the end of a pencil.
Yeah, they have Beauregard and puppet Frank Benedetto, which is just a popcorn machine. And his description on HR Wiki is, "This is an ordinary popcorn machine."
Yeah. My wife has been getting into making her own popcorn. She wants a Benedetto so that she can eat his delicious upchuck.
Oh, that's from Labor Daber, right?
Yeah, nice upchuck, Benedetto. And then, of course, there's Sharktooth Bubs, who is a prototype Bubs doll that the Brothers Chaps got back from China, where they grievously misinterpreted the requirements. And effectively, they gave him shark teeth, but they also gave him, I guess, a third eye?
Yeah, he has a third, like, horn-like eye in the middle of his head.
It makes me wonder how that happened. Like, what was lost in translation?
There's a picture of him on the Homestar wiki, and the text underneath his image is, "I'm gonna go throw up on your house."
Yeah. And he's given the voice that Mike Chapman gives Bubs whenever the cheat animates Bubs. The kind of like, get some of my buses.
I love the Mike Chapman versions of the voices.
Yeah, they're just almost there. it's enough to make them recognizable, but also enough to just make them really kind of uncanny
The
valley.
cheat. I'm gonna can't even do the voice. The cheat. I'm gonna pour hop soup in my eyes.
Check it out,
I
B-hand.
don't know which one that was, honestly.
That was in the can you run a mile?
Oh yeah.
Strong bad
The only
email.
one which was apparently not asked by a real fan. The cheat made that one up.
Yeah. Which made me sad because it was a person from Minnesota.
I can't remember what the other one was, but there's another Strong Bad email that I still don't believe was actually asked by a fan, but apparently it was. I'd have to go back and check through, but I remember when I was younger being like, I don't believe them that this was actually asked by a real person.
Yeah. I for a while I wasn't sure any of them were, but then I knew a person in my middle school who got Strong Bad to answer one of them.
Which email was that one again?
That was I like it most when you harm your friends.
Oh. That's always been one of my favorite phrasings for one of those.
Yeah, and I thought that he might be lying at first, but if he was lying, he lied to like 5 different people or more, because I ran into somebody else who I did not know, but who knew him, who we knew him because we were both. I think I was like wearing a Homestar Runner T-shirt or something, and this person who ran into me, or I think she was like a hostess at a restaurant. She saw my shirt and she's like, "Oh, I love that. I know a person who got a Strong Bad email answered." I'm like, "I do too. It's the Harm Your Friends one." She's like, "Oh my God, you know him." And
that's really cool, actually. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever met anybody who got a Strong Bad email answered, but again, at that point, the Strong Bad emails were getting updated less and less frequently.
Yeah, it was really just like 2002 to 2005 or 6 maybe. That was really their prime time.
I still remember the extremely long wasteland after the where he gets the compay. It was that one. And
I think maybe Homestar stopping updating, coinciding with the rise of social media, is what really ruined my ability to not be online.
You go from one source of constant online-ness to a completely different source of constant online-ness. So yeah, it's just a kind of a lateral move there. I mean,
yep. Do we have anything else about Puppet
scrolling
stuff?
through? Not really. We talked about Puppet Jams. We talked about Dangerous, Bizcast Fry versus Little Girl. We didn't really talk about Labor Daber outside of that one brief thing, so we could probably talk about that quickly.
Yeah, this is one that seems to come back every year on Labor Day. Funnily enough, and I do wonder how many people who like repost the still from this with Homestar, the cheat, and Benedetto in front of the Today Day is Labor Day banner have actually like watched Homestar Runner at all, or if they're just doing it because it's one of those calendar memes that you can only reblog.
I think
on a
it's
certain
probably
day.
like, I don't know. I think it's a little out of A, a little out of B, because lots of people did like watch the show and it was around, but I think a lot of people also have just seen the image now and repost. Like you said, it's like the "It's Gonna Be May" thing that people do every year.
Yeah, or like the thing from God, I don't remember what movie it was, but it's like what's your idea of the perfect date? And it's like March 21st or something like that.
Or even the what do you call Tuesday again? No problem, dog.
Yeah,
there's another one
made by the always wonderful Brian Lee.
Actually, I don't know what this one is from, so I was going to ask you, do you know seen that bot that always reposts every Thursday, this girl going, "Thursday again? What a concept." Do you know, or Thursday, what a concept?
No, I haven't seen that.
I do not know what that's from, and I see it posted by, or retweeted by a bunch of people I follow every Thursday, obviously, and I have no idea what it's supposed to be from.
I have seen It Is Tuesday, my dudes.
The guy who posts, like the post of the frog, and then the vine of the guy who screams after it. The Labor Day one. I really like the Labor Daber one, just because I always enjoyed the Homestar Me's only real demand, which is giving Homestar $5.
Stand down, citizen. You want to have to give me $5?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that, and also just the Homestar saying "ons twice 3" when he's counting down.
Yeah. Say it with me now. On three. Once. Twice.
Yeah.
Three.
Whoa, Benedetto, did you get a hold of some bad third style rations? Keep that mess down, soldier.
Yeah, and then there's the song, which usually gets reposted with the screenshot of Homestar just singing, "Today, birthday is Labor Day, birthday is Labor Day."
What's the big idea working on this Labor's Day?
Yeah, when the cheat is just doing like bowling alley animations in Flash.
Or all right, yellow man hits the cheat with an orange spoon. What's the big idea working on Labor's Day? Third style private Benedetto and I are making sure nobody or their brother does any type of work at all today.
Yeah. There was one other time that I remember Homestar referring to the cheat as Yellow Man in puppet form, which was in one of the DVD extras. I think it was like maybe some puppet stuff where Homestar talks to Mike in just some improv comedy, and Mike introduces him to the Kick the Cheat doll, and Homestar's like, "Aw, Yellow Man."
Yeah, otherwise I think that's it for puppet stuff other than that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm a fan of this universe. It's not like the one I go back to the most, but yeah, I like the puppet material.
Yeah, I like it a lot more than I remember liking it when I was in high school or grade school originally watching it. It's it's got a lot more. Honestly, it's helped me with the last couple of like references that I didn't know where they were from Homestar with the like the Dangerous Puppet Squad. I finally kind of it I don't know, it filled in the gaps, and I also appreciated the sort of the early 2000s kitschy charm of the versus little girl ones. I appreciated that a lot.
Yeah. So I think that's a podcast. I wanted to just do a little aside here and say that this episode is dedicated to Daniel Johnston, who passed away, I think, just this past week, because he was also memorialized by the Homestar Runner guys on Twitter. They posted a video of Strong Sad playing one of his songs at the piano, and I just thought it was really sweet and heartfelt. Yeah,
that was honestly just genuine, sincerely heartbreaking. Is not a direction I saw Homestar Runner going, and I mentioned that in the chat, but they did a really good job, and it was really quite a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah,
I think instead of the extended version of Santam'n as a knife man, or a blade man or whatever it was, I think our closing music can be True Love Will Find You in the end for this one, because
yeah, I agree.
Like a nice little closing for this one.
Cool. Well, this has been The Stick. I'm David. You can find me on Twitter at Daves. You can follow the show at The Stick Pod. Like we said, join our Discord if you want to talk about Homestar Runner with, I think right now about 20 other people who are in there. Yeah, and I think that's it for my plugs. Oh, right. You can listen to my show, Tuning Fork, which is another Noise Space show where I talk about albums that Pitchfork gave the best new music designation, or reviewed really poorly, which I do with Noise Space Overlord Matt.
All right, and I'm Eden. You can find me on Twitter at TP_Albuquerque, especially if you're interested in what might happen if Seinfeld metamorphoses into a bug. If that strikes your fancy, or just eventually for when I return to making normal tweets. And you can also find me on Noise Space Podcast, Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, with various other hosts who have all their sort of shows all across the Noise Space network. And most recently, I'm on the newest episode that should be coming out. The today of us recording this should be coming out either tonight or tomorrow, which would be on the 16th of September. I'll be on the newest Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, which is a podcast about, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't know the Chinese name, but the English name is The Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation. It's an excellent show, which I was introduced to, and it's a podcast all about that, and you should check that episode out, and also the show in general, because it's really good.
Yeah, I need to watch more of that show so that I can actually know what Roy and Fallon are talking about, because I do love their show, but I feel like I'd love it even more with the context.
Oh yeah, I had to read a 22-page long PDF document in order to catch up where the show was in order to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it is faster than rewatching all the show up to that point, but yeah. It's a good bit of lore to take in.
Absolutely. Before we go, I just wanted to thank Hyper Chicken for the use of their song "Always Beezing and Doozing" for the theme song to this podcast, and also to Summer Geist, whose podcast you can find here. My Pod Cabbages with her husband Noah about the Avatar: The Last Airbender. She did our podcast art, which is a really nice picture of the two of us in Free Country, USA. And I think that's all for the thank yous at the end of the show. So, as we always say, no probalo.
No probalo.
True love will find you in the end. You'll find out just who was your friend. Don't be sad, I know you will. But don't give up until true love will find you in the end. This is a promise with a catch. Only if you're looking can it find you. 'Cause true love is searching too. But how can it recognize you unless you step out into the light, the light? Don't be sad.